This story's going to make me sound like a monster, but I swear to God, I'm not. So I met this girl named Emily on a religious community service project. I'm
done with this person already.
Yeah, it is giving Monster Among Us.
Yeah. Emily on a religious community service project I was on one summer.
While
right
voting
away
for Trump, I met this girl.
You didn't support him?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't like to share my political views.
This is a Republican podcast, Jade. Right away, she was intense. Constant text messaging, always coming over uninvited. We lived in community housing, and she started calling me.
Oh, this is a dude.
This is a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she started calling me her best friend a week after knowing her. At the end of the 3-month project, she went back to Georgia and I lived in Florida. She was a stage 5 clinger, but it was fine because we were a state away from each other, so I could always mute her, Around that time, I met this guy named Matt, and he was basically a misogynistic asshole. There's a
so
weird
weird
theme in all of these. He told me that women should be silent when men are speaking. Well, yeah. Mind you, that's what Lee says. Mind you, I knew him at a major state college, so it's not like I was psycho-religious or anything. Okay. I hated being around him. But my social circle kind of included him. He hated me because he said I was a feminist, which in that culture is like saying you're the worst human on the planet. Isn't it funny that people think that way?
Mm-hmm.
In any case,
it literally means equal, by the way.
Yeah,
we just want things. It doesn't mean that we hate men.
It truly
you fucking idiot.
But there's this it's this thing of feminists hate men. Yeah, you guys are so stupid. And this is why we hate you, actually.
Yeah.
Because you're so stupid. Okay, he was a feminist, which in that culture means the worst human on the planet. Anyway, a year goes by. In that time, Emily hears me complain about him all year because he was that much of a douchebag.
Wow.
That next summer, so you guys are talking.
Yeah.
That next summer, she calls me randomly. She was doing another year in the community service community. And she asks what I think of Matt. For some reason, that day in particular, I was already livid from horrible people like him that I had surrounded myself with, and I ranted about this guy being the worst. I'm talking a 5-minute monologue about how he's the epitome of an entitled white male. She's silent, and after my rant, then she goes, "Stop. Well, he's sitting right here, listening to me." She had me on speakerphone. Turns out they were dating. Whew. He told me to pray about my attitude and hung up the phone.
Oh, fuck him. And fuck her.
That's okay. So she pursued this guy after you had been talking shit about him for a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she was maybe just clinging on to you to get to Matt.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a nightmare. That one made me kind of sick to my stomach when I heard that part.
That's sickening.
She had him. She goes, "What do you think of Matt?" Sets her up.
Ew, that's nasty.
If somebody is on, I go, "Hey, you're on speaker," right away.
Immediately.
You're on speaker. Because what if they say something fucked up?
Yeah.
You have to say, "Hey, I'm on speaker." Bye.
Wow, what a fucking burn in hell bitch. It was like a Mean Girls moment. I was totally caught off guard, and it was so weird. That was the final day I was in that community whatsoever. Losing my religion topic next. That's a good topic. Losing my religion topic next because this story is barely scratching the surface. In religious communities like the one I was in, you don't date like a normal person. You talk about marriage right away. So I was flabbergasted that she would be serious with him. They got engaged 2 months later, and I was pretty much ignoring her phone calls.
Oh my God, it's just like the comedy community. People move so fast.
It really is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When they got engaged, she asked me to be in the wedding. This bitch is crazy.
Yeah, this psychosis.
To officiate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane. Even though Matt despised me, he was convinced I was jealous of their relationship, which that girl probably made. Okay.
The girl's playing both sides.
Yeah, she is.
100%.
They're both nasty pieces of shit, these two.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, made me gag and basically turned part of my friend group completely against me for that one conversation I thought was private with her. All of your friends fucking suck. Bye. When you're engaged in this religious community, everything revolves around their marriage. I was constantly buying things for her wedding. Oh, so you went. I was constantly buying things for her wedding that I couldn't return when she changed her mind. She was a bridezilla, and I realized I couldn't stand even talking to her. The worst part, she would come into town and not tell me and meet with all of her fiance's approved friends. She would come into town and not tell me and meet with all of her fiance's approved friends for her. Ew. Like, she would literally be in town for a week and I would have no idea because he hated me, but she still expected me to throw her 3 bridal showers. I finally
Why did you do it?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? I finally had enough and decided to move to California, which again, this is such a weird story, but I decided that the last thing I wanted was to watch this nightmare wedding take place where everyone would judge me for being, well, who I was. All that to say, the breakup ended at a your friendship breakup.
I was like, whoa, they broke up. They just got married.
Yeah. The breakup ended at a Panera Bread of all places. Where
We getting a soup bowl?
yeah. I had a bag full of the wedding crap I couldn't return that she made me buy, and I handed it back to her. Her last words to me ever were, Matt was totally right about you.
Oh, fuck that.
Fuck you, you nasty fucking bitch.
Dude,
Ew.
it's fine. She's got God.
That's
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She'll be good.
Yeah.
Her and God
Love
can
and light,
go
love and light.
Honestly,
into the light.
Yeah, and you know what? And they will. And honestly, this ate me up for a while, religious guilt, etc. But come to find out, this girl lost 6 bridesmaids because of her behavior and had to call in cousins she'd never met to fill up her wedding party. And you want to bet this bitch still hasn't acknowledged that she's the problem.
And you know
Of
what?
course
And she's
not.
miserable because that Matt guy probably treats her like shit.
Like shit. And she's like, but she's one of those girls that's like, everybody else is the problem.
It's like, you don't even know.
Right, it's so crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy
that
people
girl
like this exist.
sucks.
Well, yeah. So many people like that exist. It's
So
exhausting.
many.
It's exhausting. It's like, because like I have a hard time lying and doing that stuff. Like if I could, I would.
Yeah.
Like I just can't.
Yeah,
like
no,
something stops me. I have
Same.
too much of an empathy. Like I think it's I had a little sister.
Yeah.
It's like with women specifically. Like I'm always like, okay, if you're upset, like I'll take the
Yeah,
lower. Like
right.
it's okay. Like
yeah.
so
People
to
were
then
just-
go and manipulate this whole situation and then ask her to be in the wedding. Like
No, that's
The
so
nerve.
fucking cruel. Like
The
the
nerve.
punches just don't
the
stop
gall.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's so fucking dark.
Yeah.
Nasty shit.
And all religious stuff freaks me out. I went to a religious, like, I really wanted to be religious for a second because I wanted to fit in, you know?
Yeah.
And I went to this like overnight camp. Everyone's like talking about it. It's like everybody goes and gets fucked
Were you
up.
like in elementary school or something?
No, I was
No,
like in
in
high
Virginia?
school.
Oh, you're in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
In Virginia.
In Virginia.
yeah.
Okay.
And we all got fucking like fucked up,
Of course.
obviously. And one girl was like really ill and I got scared. And the next day she was like still in bed, kind of ill. And we were supposed to go to confessions. And I said, I was like, I feel really bad. Like we all drank last night. And then I got in trouble. And
Are you serious?
yeah, they like told on me. And then all my friends were like, why the fuck would you tell? And I'm like, I thought this was like, that's what this religion's like, what religion's about, like being honest and like,
See how fucked up is
Yeah,
that?
and
So
then-
wholesome.
How
Oh my God.
gaslighty.
yeah. So then
Yeah.
it was over for me. That's when I really like turned on religion. That was like because I already I just wanted to be a part of something.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, I was like, oh, this is all bullshit.
fucking
And then,
bullshit.
you found stand up and now you're a
And then I
part of
found
that.
stand-up.
So much better. For
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
gorgeous community. Wow. That's wild, dude. I've never spoken to her again, got out of the religious community,
Still.
and now I'm 100% proud of being a feminist. Anyway, not sure if this was interesting, but it was so bizarre. That was interesting.
That
That was
was
crazy.
and it was fucked up.
I'm sorry.